Alright everyone, welcome back. So, I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while because with the NHL, TV, broadcasting rights news, and a lot of news around that, and will Bally Sports go bankrupt, what's going to happen to the teams, I was wondering to myself, what happens if I made my own hockey network? Now, this network would be global and free to everyone. It'd be free on Hulu, Peacock, everything. It'd be available everywhere, free. Because that's the only way you're going to grow the game. If you want to make, and the NFL, I believe, does the same thing too. If you want to grow the game, you have to have at least some kind of network that's free to everyone. Like, you need to not have people need to pay for stuff like that. You need to have it free to everyone. And that's the biggest thing with, and look, will that make you probably less money at first? Yeah. But when you think about it, if you want to grow the game, growing the game is much better than trying to make money now. Because if you take the path of growing the game, you're going to be able to make way more money down the road. And that's what I look at every single time I make one of these types of videos. And it's like, how does this help grow hockey? So and so and that. And this is why if I made my own hockey TV network, here's what I do. So it'd be called Nordic Network because, of course, it would. Because it has to have my branding name in there. Some of the shows that I came up with, and this is mainly like show parts. I will do like an NHL TV subscription later on in this video, but this is the shows that I would want to include to enlighten people on hockey. So the first one is, of course, how-to hockey. Pointers on how to watch and play hockey, know all the rules, know how to play, everything. It'd be available everywhere. I'd put it on Netflix, or I try my hardest to put it on Netflix. If you do that, people will know what hockey is. People will know what hockey means, and like people will watch that if they want to get into hockey instead of just And some people I've met have been like, "Oh, I love hockey, but I don't understand it, so I really can't really get into it." So you need to find a way to figure out how everyone will learn hockey in that way, and that's a good idea. Put a show out there, air it on network, make it available to everyone, put it on YouTube for that matter, and just make it available so that way people know what they're talking about, how to watch and play the game. It's a good idea. Then there's this other one, and these other ones are kind of fun. The how-to hockey is a big one for me because people don't know how to play hockey, people don't know how to watch hockey, people don't know the rules of offsides, icing, so and so and that. I think if you made a show about it, then that would help out. And it wouldn't be like a 2-season long show. It'd be like 7 episodes explaining stuff that people may not know. So that's how I would look at it. The other one's a prospect profile type show. Where like every single, let's say Sunday morning, someone like, I don't know, someone who knows prospects very well would come on, look at prospects across the entire world, not just the top prospects like Bedard, Michkov, so-and-so. You look at other guys, like guys that are like, maybe even like younger than NHL draft eligible, like they're draft eligible in like 2030. Start looking at stories like that. Go around the hockey world, find players who, maybe they don't make it to the NHL, but they get recognition there on how good of a player they are. And, prospect profile would be a good thing, looking at trending prospects and enlightening people's, minds about prospects across the NHL and across the hockey world, basically. And I think that would help out a lot. The other one's a Nordcast show, which would be me, Jack, and Carter. If you guys don't know the Nordcast, it's available on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. It's my own podcast, so you guys can take a look at that. But that basically be just a normal podcast pod, but on television, so people can watch it live. So I guess that would be cool. But regardless, that would be something that I would like to do. The last thing I have here is NHL 23 tournaments. You do one once every couple months or once every month, hosted by the network, and you give away free prizes. I think that would help out the community and help out EA Sports and NHL. It definitely would grow, and I think that would definitely be a good thing as well. Now, I don't understand the huge logistics of TV, and I don't understand all of the big logistics and television and all that stuff. I know most things, but I don't know all of that. So if I'm getting some stuff wrong here, I do apologize. But with NHL TV subscriptions, it's generally expensive. I know in the States it's BR on Ice. It's not that expensive, but people aren't going to pay, like $13, $14 a month so they can watch their one singular team play that's like lives on the West Coast, but you want to watch the Flyers play. No, that people aren't going to pay for that. And then even in Canada, too, it got bought out to Sportsnet now. So you really can't even watch it. So, like, a lot of people will go to the illegal sites. And I'm a victim of that. I go watch the illegal sites as well at points. But if the NHL wants to make money, they need to, first off, eliminate these illegal sites, which they really can't. It's kind of difficult because they're based in like Iraq and places like that where you can't really do anything about copyright issues, as far as I know. And as well as that too, you need to make it cheaper. You need to make it more accessible to fans. The NFL does the same thing. Like you need to make it more accessible to fans and to other people who are just scrolling through channels and find hockey and are like, oh, this is interesting, and start watching it. That you need to make it accessible to people, and that's the biggest thing. And how I would do it is, you have team packages, but you could watch your own team. You could watch any team play. Like let's say you live on the West Coast, you live in Seattle, and you want to watch the Flyers play. Yeah, you'd be able to buy a package for the Flyers, but it would be dirt cheap. It would be like $5 a month, not even $5. It maybe be a one-time purchase. Like honestly, I know like the NHL is so focused on making money currently, making money right now, want to make money like immediately and not wanting to invest in things and try and spend money to make money. And that's the biggest thing with me. You got to spend money to make money. And that is something that I tell people a lot when they ask me about the TV subscription networks. Like they need to spend money to make money. And I think how I would do it is give these team packages out for cheap, even give them away for free to some people even, and that helps grow the game. That helps people buy merchandise too. Like people are gonna be like, oh, watching the Flyers play, this is fun. Never thought I'd say that, but of course, like they will go out buy merchandise for the Flyers, such and such. And then like as well as that too, on my network, I would have like one to two free games each night. Like let's say there's a 7 p.m. game and a 10 p.m. game on the East Coast. I make both those free, and you could watch them each night. I make it different teams per week. So fans who like are fans of hockey can just go on there and just watch any team they want, or watch the team that's on and get invested with that team and get to know that team more. And I understand that maybe some people wouldn't be into that, but that would be something I try to do. And then there'd be no bullshit. There would be no BS involved in that. I would make it clear cut. I would do it the way I'm saying it. I wouldn't try and charge people any extra for anything. No, not at all. And then I would also have the option to watch other league games too. Those would be their own packages. Like let's say you wanted to watch the AHL, and this is of course bearing I had all the TV licenses for the AHL, the NHL, ECHL, SHL, like NCAA, all that stuff. That's barring I have every single license for that. So that way I give them options to watch other league games. But I know there's copyright issues there and that, but we're gonna pretend those don't exist. Okay, we're gonna pretend those don't exist. And then finally, some of the other stuff that I thought I could add to my own TV network would be like ticket giveaways, give away tickets to fans, such and such, and then do fan interviews too. Interview fans on, whether it's on Zoom or in person, ask them what they think of hockey and their team and their moves and about the network as a whole. Like, I think it'd be a good idea. And you want to get the fans more connected into it, and that's what I've been trying to do. I'm trying to figure out ways how to do that with this TV network if I were to make it a thing. Anything's possible. But, of course, just a fun video. If it actually becomes a TV network and I find out a way to do that, then hey. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.